Hey there! Today we are going to make elderberry syrup from home. Elderberries are known for so many health benefits, mainly being very antiviral, immune boosting, and supportive. This is an incredible way that you can give your family or yourself a daily dose of something that is just a food. It's literally a berry that you make it into a syrup or a tea. And this is going to be so helpful with cold and flu season or winter colds, if they're in school or sports or activities and they're exposed to lots of kids, having that little boost in their system. It is proven that taking a daily dose of elderberry syrup is going to give you so many health benefits. It's going to prevent colds from starting in the first place and also shortens the duration. And so you can give it throughout a virus or a bug that your child is fighting or that you're fighting.
Hi, I'm Chanel, a former nurse, mom to 5, and homesteader alongside my husband. Through this channel and my Ready Family Guide, I help families reclaim health, joy, and purpose at home. Here you'll find natural remedies, from scratch living, and simple steps towards a healthier, more intentional life. Families today need to rise up as the gatekeepers of their homes, protecting what comes in and nurturing true wellness. You are not alone. Welcome to our home era.
Getting a bag of dried whole elderberries. Now, if you're in an area where you can harvest elderberries yourself, I want to just make a really loud disclaimer that you cannot eat them fresh. They are very toxic to eat fresh. They need to be dried, and then cooked. So just major disclaimer there. But a lot of people in areas, especially from years gone by, used to just make elderberry jam. That's another great way that you can get it into your body on a regular basis, but we just love doing the syrup. So this is just a big bag. There's multiple different companies, and I'll link below some different sources where you can get a bag of elderberries. I also will add in some cinnamon powder as well as some ginger. You do not have to add those in. That's just a little bonus way to kind of get a few more antioxidants and things into your syrup, and it does flavor it up really nice. The elderberries don't taste bad on their own, but it is, you'll want it to be probably sweeter if you're going to just give it as a syrup. And then I usually add a bit of salt as well, just for preservation purposes, as well as that's going to give a sweeter taste to it. And then you're going to need as well some raw honey if you want to sweeten it. You could alternately use maple syrup if you wanted to. You could just use sugar, although sugar is immune depressive a little bit, so you're kind of counteracting that a little bit. So purchasing elderberry syrup from the store, you can do as well, but you are going to save so much money doing it this way. And there's also lots of them that just don't have the best ingredients. They'll still add sugar or other types of preservatives and things. We're doing it yourself. You can control all of that. You just make enough that you need at a time, and then you can give it to your family on a regular basis.
To start your syrup, you'll want to take a pot, put in some dried elderberries. I have in here around a cup. And then you're going to add 2 to 4 cups of water, depending on how concentrated you want your syrup. Now, I like to brew the same berries through about 2 or 3 times, even 4 times. And each time it gets a little bit weaker, but I still use all of it to make my syrup. I'm also adding in some cinnamon and some ginger, dried ginger, and then also some fresh ginger. Now, as you can tell, I did not measure it at all. You will want to just play with that a little bit, how much you want to add. I probably have in there about 2 tablespoons of cinnamon and about 1 tablespoon of ginger, and then some fresh ginger there. Who knows how much I added? It's probably, a tablespoon or whatever. Letting that cook for about 15 to 20 minutes, it's going to reduce a little bit. The syrup is also quite dark, and so it can stain countertops and things, so just be warned. Here it has been boiling for about 15-20 minutes, and as you can see, it is incredibly rich colored, super beautiful purple. You can kind of crush some of the berries too if you want. And this is when I'm going to strain my first round with it. So I find that the concentration of the first 2 or 3 batches will be about the same. Your berries have so much in them to give, and so using them multiple times, you can even just drink some of the last 1 or 2 brews as a tea, even like just for that day to have as your little antioxidant amount. I'm trying to get some of the berries off the spoon here, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm not going to add any more extra cinnamon or ginger. You could, but I added so much to that first batch that I am just going to let that amount be as concentrated as it will be for the whole batch. You can see how dark it is. To your hot syrup, you want it to be a little bit cooled off, but still hot enough to melt the honey. I will start adding my raw honey. Now, again, I don't measure. I just kind of add, taste as I go, but that's probably at least a half a cup of honey to maybe 2 or 3 cups of syrup at this point. You will want to taste as you go. I also have added a little salt in as well. The second brew is super dark as well, and so I'm adding it now to this bottle that's going to stay in our fridge for a couple weeks. Each batch I've added a bit of honey to, just so that I'm getting all that honey mixed in completely. And it's so rich and dark, full of so much immune boosting properties. It's unreal. I love to give my kids about a tablespoon each day of this syrup. So delicious.
So here is our finished product, our beautiful fresh elderberry syrup. This is sweetened with some honey, and I did add the cinnamon and ginger in here. Doing multiple boils with the same berries will produce a lot of elderberry syrup for you and for your family. You could drizzle this in yogurt, you could put it in smoothies, you can drink it straight, you can add it with a little bit of like sparkling water even to make like a drink. You can control the sweetness if you just want it barely sweet, so it's just palatable that your kids will drink it, or if you want to make it really thick and sweet, this could even be used as a bit of a cough syrup because it has that honey in there. So give it a try. I hope that you do. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you do give it a try, I'd love to hear how it goes. And if you notice any benefits for your family at all, I'd love to hear how that goes as well. If you try making jam, I want to hear about it all. It's so exciting to me. Moms out there that get creative. You can even use this to make homemade gummies. And if you are one of my guide purchasers, the Ready Family Guide, you have my exact recipe on how I make gummies. You could use this in the gummies and have an immune boosting gummy you give your kids every day that's got the electrolytes and the gelatin, gut friendly, so many benefits. We can jam into one little treat that they think is like so special, and it really is just a very simple little treat. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.